I first met Laura in 2008, and when we first started dating, we started talking about our travels. I'd lived in places like London and Sydney, Australia, and New York. The places that Laura had traveled to were places that few human beings go to. On her sailing expeditions with the Sail and Life Training Society, SALTS, based out of Victoria, she'd been to places like Pitcairn Island and to islands in Polynesia that I didn't even know existed.
Hey Mom, do you know where the carrot sticks are?
I don't know if there's any cut.
I'll just put a whole carrot in my lunch.
Well, you have to at least wash it, but why don't you just peel it?
What you gonna have for lunch?
I'm having this leftover noodle stir fry.
So what do you have planned at work today, Mom?
Well, I have Fridays are big days of meetings, so I have lots of Zoom meetings today. Because today, the Canadian government just announced that they licensed the vaccine for children.
Yeah, you told me already. And I heard it on the radio.
Yeah. So that's going to be a big focus to today, I think.
It's all over the news.
Yeah. So talking about making sure that pediatricians have recommendations for who to give the vaccine to and whether they should use it or not. And awesome. Do you want to just hold it, do it like that, or do you want to cut it?
I'm just gonna crack it.
Shall I at least cut the end off?
Sure.
So a lot of today will be focused
No, the other end.
on vaccine recommendations. There. How's that?
Nope, let's crack this one too.
Do you have...
How did you get a grip?
yeah.
There.
Do you have a main course for your lunch?
No.
No. We're at 5:25. It's in West Vancouver. Yeah, so right now, according to Google Maps, it'll take 37 minutes to get there. So I'll plan to try to pick you guys up at about 4:30. Yeah, 4:15, 4:30.
Yeah.
Head off to hockey. All right, guys. Well, I love you both. We'll see you gentlemen at...
Around 4 o'clock?
around, yeah, probably 4:15.
Okay.
Because I finished my last thing at 4. All right. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you. Mom.
One more hug.
Good luck. I know it's going to be a busy
Never
day.
enough hugs, is there?
Big announcements today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting anyway.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too.
Thank you. Dad, could you make my main course? I don't know.
Would you like a quesadilla?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll make another one. In our early married life, Laura worked at BC Children's Hospital. Her work, from my perspective, as her husband, was fairly regular, and she would be home at usually for dinner, maybe a little bit after. But when the pandemic hit, her work, almost imperceptibly at first, but gradually became about much more prominent, much more political, and her opinion was much more sought after by all sorts of people, media, politicians, people who worked for politicians. It became less of the nerdy, cute speciality that I knew and loved, and took her away from us, and it's relentless. We're continuing to see less and less of her.
Some children will have no reaction to their COVID-19 vaccine, while others may have some short-term side effects. These side effects are usually mild and clear up on their own within hours or days.
Using that as leverage to push off. Before you just do the all-nice push. So as you guys start to progress and get to higher levels, you're not going to have time to do the all-nice push. If you like to, I don't like them because there's a hole there, figure two, and desperation is fine.
We discussed it over and over again. We came up with an idea that going to a place that few of us have been, but it was one of the places that Laura had been to when she was on the tall ships, when she was with Salts. And we decided that we would reconnect in Desolation Sound. I'm going to ask you what it feels like to be on vacation.
I am so glad to be on vacation. It feels quite strange to have left Vancouver after a year. But I am so very much looking forward to being offline and unavailable except to the family.
And what are you reading there? Hopefully not something... Oh! So you're not completely away from work.
No, not completely. It was the first magazine that I found in my bag. I do have 3 books and a journal somewhere in my bag. And I'm teaching Marc how to play crib. And I'm mostly looking forward to just chilling for 2 whole weeks.
So what's it like to sort of be amongst people who are traveling and to be away from Vancouver in general after this year of non-travel?
It feels really strange. It feels, in a way, it's a relief to see people getting back to normal and doing normal things, and things are busy. And we were just in the farmers market in Seychelles, and it was packed with people. But at the same time, when it's that packed with people, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I have my mask. Because unfortunately the pandemic isn't totally over.
You enjoying vacation so far?
Yeah. Right. This is our first vacation for over a year. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Hey Marc, what do you think?
That was good so far.
Oh, really?
To go against the tide. Could not. Then they had to navigate back up
Oh, yeah.
and then hide in the street.
It's not the right jacket.
Want to go over the front? We can do that. Otherwise, I can bring it around the side for you guys.
Sorry?
The water is green.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good.
Oh, it's wrong. That's the color of the water always is in this area.
Yay! Off to Cabana Desolation. We are so excited. It's going to be so. It's going to be so beautiful, and we've heard wolves since we've been sitting here. It's been fantastic.
Mom, that's not a good thing.
Oh, it's an awesome thing.
Wolves can eat you, you know.
Yes, but they're spectacular creatures. More comfortable with risk.
Thank the gods.
Hello, today we just got to Desolation Sound. I am filming, yes, Marc. Mom was very excited for this trip. Tell us why, Mom.
I love Desolation Sound. I think it's one of the most beautiful areas in BC, and I haven't been up here in about 15 years, so I'm excited.
And Dad loves it because he loves walks, I'm assuming. And we're about to go on one. We're going to try to find some, what is it called?
Hammocks
Hammock.
and chairs.
Hammock. We're going to find some hammocks and chairs. And yeah. Sorry if the video is a little cracky. I'm not the best filmer. There he is.
All right.
We're about to go find some hammocks.
Some hammocks, huh? Okay. Got our hats and our hiking poles. About ready? You think we're all ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, I'll close the door and not take
That's
the
the
key.
stick I just picked out for Dad to hike with. This is mine.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about locking our doors. We leave the keys in there with no problem. We're gonna go. They showed us this trail while we were walking in. We just got here a few minutes ago. This is the dining and relaxing area. They said on their website they have 5-star food. Dad, we overwalked it. It's right there.
Or Mark, do you want to go check out this point first? I see some hammocks over there.
Okay, we can go over there. Dad, can you film for a bit? So we're gonna. Mom said she has a viewpoint over there.
Let's go up this trail.
Yeah.
All right, you guys go ahead.
All right. And then maybe we can pause the videoing so that we can not use the whole battery. And
So we found this we found these like arbutus trees, and we went on the trail, fairly off the grid. We're gonna go back to the trail in just a minute, but right now we're taking a relax. And how cool is this hammock?
We found these Adirondack style chairs here.
How cool is this
Looking
hammock?
out on this view.
You can literally take a nap in it. The photographer person where I'm just showing the photographer person where the thing is.
Oh, you're going to show them the path?
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy. Mr. Extrovert. And we're here in Desolation Sound, which I've been itching to come back to. So it's been a great day so far, riding on the boat and then going for some walks. Marc is enthusiastically going on walks and eating veggie balls. I'm excited for kayaking tomorrow.
Does it remind you something in a way of those times when you worked and sailed on those tall ships?
It does remind me of the time. I mean, it's so fantastic to be back up here. I haven't been up here in more than 20 years. But also, just seeing the young people who are the guides and the cooks, that reminds me of that life. And how fun it was to do this kind of work that is up in an isolated area, and the camaraderie that comes with working in an isolated area before. And there's something I can't even put my finger on, but I love being on islands.
yeah.
Did he spit it out?
Marc, so what did we do today?
We kayaked out to a new island, and then I paddleboarded and went snorkeling in a wetsuit because it's cold.
Marc and I traveled in a double kayak across the channel to Cortez and found this nice little bay in Cortez Island where we had a lovely picnic. Delicious orzo salad and fresh vegetables and lime sugar cookies. It was just a beautiful day. It was sunny and
Too hot.
and perfectly warm.
So, what do you think, guys?
This is fantastic. Beautiful bay, delicious lunch.
I got a cut in my ankle.
But you found a great lounging chair, though.
Yeah.
There are our kayaks that we came in on, and we're on Cortez Island.
There was one passage that we could take that there hasn't been a tide high enough yet this year to take this passage, and today we were able to take it because I think it's getting close to a full moon, and so the tides are quite big right now. So it's it was an excellent day. We're tired, but it was really good.
It's a fancy cheese with an apricot sauce and chips and a vegan bread.
How do you spell halloumi?
Hallumi.
Just like it's a...
Apricot and strawberry salsa with fried halloumi cheese and taco chips. It's really nice.
Hello again, everybody.
I didn't pay much attention to it because I didn't know if we were going.
Your main this evening is a za'atar and sumac grilled chicken. The chicken is from Hatchabird Farm, and you have a cinnamon star anise basmati rice with pomegranate beets and broccoli that I grew. Wow. And underneath everything is garlic scape. So it's a little bit of a garnish. I don't recommend that you eat the little flower tip, which is probably like where it gets really skinny. Don't eat the tip, but the longer, straighter part will be a little garlicky taste.
Of the garlic.
So today was really nice and calm, and like you can see right now out there we can see whitecaps. So the strong winds that I was talking about were coming early this evening, and that's what we can see. So when we're starting to see whitecaps like that, we know we're 8 knots and above in the channel between Martin and the coast of Redonda, and then right there and back to station and back. So like that's a pretty good day, and then if it's the forecast is not great, we could just come straight back. That's another thing we could do.
It's been a long year and a half, that's for sure. A lot of the work has been rewarding, but it's also been stressful. And it's been hard on everybody to have me working longer hours than usual, 60 hours a week for big stretches of it. And that was pretty exhausting. And working on the weekends, and often people don't really think about infectious diseases as being that important. But suddenly we really needed leaders who had a strong understanding of how infections work, and particularly how they're transmitted. And so suddenly we were everybody's best friend, and that was unusual and challenging, but also exciting. I shifted my activities from doing a combination of infectious diseases, HIV care, and a little bit of infection control, to doing mostly infection control with a little bit of the other things. Creating policies, but also supporting anxious healthcare workers, and trying to make sure that everybody followed the policies that we had in the context of changing environment and sometimes last minute or late Friday afternoon major directives from the Ministry of Health. So it was quite an administrative job, but it was also a sort of high-level leadership role, and with that came a lot of pressure, but also people really appreciated the work that I did, and the calmness to which I brought, and to try to support them through what was a scary time for a lot of people. I think it wasn't as scary for people in infectious diseases because we're kind of used to infections and how things are transmitted and thinking about that all the time. But for a lot of people, it was something totally unprecedented. We had a year and a half where we really couldn't travel at all, other than a few little local things. And so I've really missed traveling, and I've really sort of appreciated in a whole new way how getting away from our house, getting away from our routine really is important to rejuvenate. But also for me, it's been fantastic to be totally offline for a little while. No email, no news. It's been really good for me to be totally away from the news and to be able to be just focused on being here in the moment. As my friend on the Swift would say, pure be here now intensity. That was one of our catchphrases that we would laugh about, but it is about just appreciating being in nature. Coolers, and so we need ice.
This is where you get your ice.
It's where you get your ice and your fuel and your ice cream. So it's the classic little marina, gas station, shops, groceries. Wow.
What was that like? Oh, snack.
So we're about to head out, and Marc is going to steer the kayak. So we're getting things set up so that he can steer.
So, Marc, when you're ready with your feet on the pedal, if you press right, perfect, and if you press left, and if you put the hold, perfect. Don't forget to put hold, that's how you go straight. Okay? So when you're going to paddle, the trick to steer the boat, you don't need to press like crazy, it's just a little bit, that's just slightly going to change your angle, and that's how you're going to steer basically. Laura, the pedal is good for you in the front?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. There we go.
So 3 with our legs, 2, 1. Perfect. And slowly. We're good to pick it up. We're going to put it down. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm going to just turn it sideways. I'm going to make Laura go in first.
Okay.
And now you can get into the boat. Come on, guys.
Thanks, Alex.
No worries.
Coming here to, this incredibly isolated place that Laura came across and knew about from her own experience and wanted to bring us to, I think gave us a chance to be together as a family again. It certainly has made me think about what a gift travel is, what a wonderful opportunity it is to go someplace else and get a different perspective and recharge your batteries, yes, but also get to know other people and see other people, and it was taken away. There wasn't anything we could do about it. So it's made me feel, I suppose, a certain amount of humility. In that sense, it's made me appreciate what this trip has meant.
Here are the rocks where we saw the sea stars, and that's totally in the water.
We saw the sea stars like down there.
You know what type of sea stars they were? You know what type of sea stars?
Don't stop paddling. Yeah, there was a current pushing us sideways. The best part was when it was forwards.
Sea otters are the guys with 4 feet.
Oh yeah.
Seals are this round kind of flubbery guy.
also
Remember
have
we were
4
talking
feet.
about seal?
They also have 4 feet.
They do, but they're more flippers.
Mom, you can tell them about
Scratch
that.
their
I'm gonna get
skins.
on my wetsuit.
You're gonna get your wetsuit, okay.
I think he enjoyed it. It's for him to get out and try steering in fairly calm
I've tried
conditions
steering before.
in the open ocean with
Harsh weathers.
some
It was in the
wind
open ocean before, Mom.
Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, Mark, you didn't go.
Oh, that's cool.
And how about cover your eyes with your goggles?
Two, one, go. Okay. We did. Came, saw, conquered. Back out.
So how was that, Mark?
Absolutely horrible.
So for me, it's been tough learning from home. At the start, it was tough because I'm a real extrovert, as most people know that know me know. It's really been great to have this COVID pandemic in a way, as if like without it we would just go on with our lives not thinking much of everything. But this pandemic I think has humbled all of us quite a lot. That's 9 off the world record. 9 off the possible record. 2-0. The highest score you can get in one crib hand is 29.
All right, well, let's see what we've got.
It's felt really good. We haven't gone out of Vancouver in over a year and a half. It's really been annoying because I absolutely love traveling. I love trying the food. I love seeing the sights. I love doing the things. So it's really been tough not traveling. So to be here and have one of the best locations to travel and of the best vacations, it's just been amazing to go back to traveling. We're in the later stages of the pandemic now, and hopefully if that continues, we'll be out of it soon rather than later. I am hitting rocks with sticks, and I accidentally just threw the stick. Because I don't have batting gloves on, as you might see.
You know, I would tune into the news, or I'd read news and become quite fixated on that, rather than looking at what was right in front of me, which is my family. Pitching rocks into Marc to hit with a stick, and kayaking together, going out to Refuge Cove, and the trips that we've done, the meals that we've had, and we just being able to share time together. We haven't had a chance to do much of that. Usually what we do is we end up going someplace else in order to do that. Be rested enough where we're not doing laundry and dishes. It's like the first boat we've seen today going by. And I think I really like the isolation here. It's sort of had us spend time together because we're really the only people around.
called a sea star. It's connected.